The Middle East is no stranger to pain and suffering. The fallout from Arab Spring protests in 2011 have bred instability, war, and terrorism in the region. While the brutal Russian and Syria regime bombing of Aleppo in 2016 broke our hearts, 2017 hasn't been any kinder. Only 4 months into the year, in the early hours of April 4th, witnesses saw warplanes approach the northern Syrian village of Khan Sheikhoun, where many people were asleep. Maryam Abu Khalil, a 14-year-old resident who was awake, told the New York Times that she had seen an aircraft drop a bomb on a one-story building. The explosion sent a yellow mushroom cloud into the air that stung her eyes. It was like a winter fog, she said. Another witness described the scene. Kids were all over the floor, some dead, others struggling to breathe. Abdul Hamid al-Yusuf sobbed as he carried his infant twins, wrapped in matching white shrouds, to their final resting place. In October, the United Nations said that it had conclusive evidence that the attack was carried out by the Syrian regime of Bashar al-Assad and that sarin nerve gas was used. Just 5 days later, on April 9th, Daesh terrorists carried out twin attacks on 2 churches in Egypt as Christians gathered to pray on Palm Sunday. At least 27 people were killed and 78 injured in an attack on the church of Mar Girgis in Egypt's Nile city of Tanta. Hours later, a second suicide attack hit the St. Mark's Church in the Mediterranean sea city of Alexandria, where Coptic Pope Tawadros II was leading a mass service inside. He was not harmed, but 16 people, including 3 police officers, were killed and 41 injured in that attack. In the single largest terrorist attack this year, at least 500 people were killed on October 14th in the Somalian capital of Mogadishu. The scale of the loss makes the attack, which involved a truck packed with several hundred kilograms of military-grade and homemade explosives, one of the most lethal terrorist attacks anywhere in the world. The Al-Qaeda-linked militant group Al-Shabaab was believed to be responsible for the blast. On November 24th, militants stormed a mosque in Egypt's North Sinai province, killing 235 people. The Al-Rawda Mosque in the town of Bir al-Abed was targeted during Friday prayers. No group claimed the attack, but militants affiliated with Daesh have been responsible for scores of deadly attacks in the province. Witnesses said dozens of gunmen arrived in off-road vehicles and bombed the packed mosque before opening fire on worshippers as they tried to flee. Throughout the month of November, Ghouta, a suburb of Damascus, was relentlessly attacked by Syrian regime bombs while also being placed under siege. Forces loyal to Bashar al-Assad's regime have long besieged rebel-held areas to push them to surrender. Baby Hala went from a round-faced smiling infant to one so thin she's unrecognizable. What's in store for 2018? It is anyone's guess, but the ingredients for instability have already been added to the pot. Trump's decision to recognize occupied Jerusalem as Israel's capital has already sparked protests and anger, not just in Palestine, but around the world. If you ask me, I'm not too optimistic that humanity will prevail in 2018.